Welcome to a land where East meets West, where medieval fortresses rise from misty valleys and legends of ancient heroes still echo. Have you ever wondered how a country so small can hold such a wealth of history and culture? In Georgia, hospitality is more than just a tradition. It's a way of life where the saying, "a guest is a gift from God," resonates deeply. In this episode of Nations of the World, we'll delve into Georgia's rich history, from its celebrated national symbols and the story behind the five-cross flag to the fascinating origins of its name. We'll journey into Georgia's folklore, sharing legendary tales like Jason and the Argonauts' quest for the golden fleece in Colchis and the valor of St. George, Georgia's revered patron saint. Along the way, we'll highlight notable figures, delve into the languages spoken, the religions practiced, and explore breathtaking landscapes. This is Sakartvelo. Welcome to Georgia. Situated in the heart of the Caucasus region, Georgia covers an area of roughly 69,700 square kilometers, or 26,900 square miles. To put it in perspective, Georgia is roughly the size of Ireland. Its rugged mountains, rolling plains, and fertile valleys have played a crucial role in its history, sheltering its people from invaders and nourishing its vineyards, known for producing some of the world's oldest wines. Bordered by Russia to the north, Turkey and Armenia to the south, Azerbaijan to the southeast, and the Black Sea to the west, Georgia is the gateway between Europe and Asia. With a population of approximately 3.7 million, Georgia's capital, Tbilisi, is not only its political hub but a melting pot of cultures reflecting its complex past. Long before Georgia's recorded history, a legendary tale put its western region, Colchis, on the map, a tale of heroes, treachery, and a quest for power. This is the story of Jason and the Argonauts. According to ancient Greek mythology, Jason led a band of adventurers, the Argonauts, on a daring expedition to Colchis in search of the Golden Fleece, a symbol of ultimate authority and kingship. In the myth, the Golden Fleece was guarded by the powerful King Aeetes, and Jason's journey was fraught with trials. The legend goes that Jason secured the fleece only with the help of Medea, the king's daughter, who betrayed her family for love. Why did the Greeks treasure Colchis as the land of the Golden Fleece? The answer may lie in Georgia's ancient practice of collecting gold from riverbeds using sheepskins, which captured fine gold particles carried down from the Caucasus Mountains. This technique likely inspired the myth, linking Georgia's rich natural resources to its reputation as a land of wonder and mystery. Now, let's transition from the realm of legend to the pages of history where Georgia's true journey of resilience and identity begins. Georgia's history is a tapestry woven with threads of resilience, cultural richness, and enduring spirit. Before we dive deeper, let's explore the origins of the name Georgia. The name is widely believed to derive from the ancient Greek name Georgios, meaning farmer or earth worker, a nod to the agrarian roots of the region's early inhabitants. In antiquity, Greek writers referred to this area as Iberia, not to be confused with the Iberian Peninsula in Western Europe. This term likely derived from the name of the inhabitants and the Kingdom of Iberia. Additionally, the influence of St. George, Georgia's revered patron saint, might have also shaped the country's name. St. George's legendary status in medieval Christian contexts symbolized valor and piety, which deeply resonated with Georgian culture. We won't dive into the legendary tales of St. George just yet, so stay tuned for what's coming next. However, the story doesn't end there. In the Georgian language, the country is called Sakartvelo. This name can be broken down into two parts: the prefix Sa, which means of or related to, and Kartvelo, referring to the Karts, the native Georgian people. Thus, Sakartvelo translates to the land of the Georgians, or the Georgian land, embodying the identity and heritage of the Georgian people. Another layer of this name's origin leads us to a fascinating theory involving Persia. Some scholars believe the name Georgia may have a connection to the Middle Persian word Gurgan, which translates to land of wolves. While Sakartvelo does not mean land of wolves, it's interesting to note that wolves hold a special place in Georgian folklore, symbolizing strength, bravery, and freedom. They are celebrated in various legends, representing the resilient spirit that defines Georgia's national identity. Thus, the name Georgia reflects a blend of influences: agricultural roots, ancient Greek and Persian ties, Christian symbolism, and a deep connection to nature, all of which contribute to the rich and complex cultural tapestry of Georgia. The contrast between the two names underscores the depth of Georgia's cultural narrative, where Sakartvelo emphasizes a profound connection to its people, the Karts and their heritage, while Georgia encapsulates the historical influences from neighboring cultures and languages. Together, they weave a rich story of identity and resilience that continues to shape the country today. Now let's journey back through Georgia's ancient history. Over 1.8 million years ago, early human habitation took root in the caves of Uplitsika and Guri, laying the groundwork for one of the world's oldest nations. By the 4th century BC, the Kingdom of Colchis, renowned for its wealth and the legendary tale of Jason and the Argonauts, had emerged on the Black Sea coast. Simultaneously, in the east, the Kingdom of Iberia flourished, its people developing a unique identity and culture. The synergy between Colchis and Iberia marked the beginning of a unified Georgian identity that would evolve over centuries. By the 1st century AD, Georgia had embraced Christianity, making it one of the first countries to adopt this faith as its state religion. The conversion of King Miriam III, instigated by the influence of Saint Nino, was a defining moment that would shape the moral and cultural fabric of the nation. The Golden Age of Georgia emerged during the 11th to 13th centuries, a period of political stability, cultural flourishing, and territorial expansion. Under the rule of King David IV, known as David the Builder, the nation repelled the Seljuk Turks, unified its territories, and laid the groundwork for a renaissance in arts and sciences. David IV's reign is remembered for its military successes and for fostering an environment where culture thrived. His vision culminated in the construction of the majestic Cathedral of the Holy Trinity in Tbilisi, a symbol of national pride and resilience. One of the most celebrated figures of this era was Queen Tamar, who reigned from 1184 to 1213. Often regarded as the most powerful woman in medieval history, Tamar oversaw a cultural and territorial expansion that saw Georgia reach its zenith. Her fair yet strong governance inspired countless tales of valor and leadership. It is said that under her rule, the nation enjoyed prosperity marked by the flourishing of arts, literature, and architecture. Her legacy is celebrated annually on her feast day, where her life and achievements are honored through performances, poetry, and cultural events. Canonized by the Georgian Orthodox Church, Saint Tamar's enduring impact on Georgian identity is reflected in these festivities, which highlight her remarkable leadership and devotion. During her reign, the epic poem *The Knight in the Panther's Skin* was penned by Shota Rustaveli, a monumental work that embodies Georgian ideals of chivalry, love, and friendship. Rustaveli's poetry is filled with rich metaphors and profound themes that continue to resonate today. His work is often recited in schools and commemorated in literary festivals across the country, reflecting the pride Georgians take in their literary heritage. However, this golden age would not last forever. By the end of the 13th century, the Mongol invasions shattered Georgia's unity. The subsequent years were marked by turmoil and fragmentation, with the kingdom divided into several feudal states. The constant struggle against foreign invaders, including the Ottomans and Persians, tested the resolve of the Georgian people. In the early 19th century, Georgia found itself caught in the geopolitical struggles of the region. Following a series of wars and uprisings, it was incorporated into the Russian Empire in 1801. While the annexation aimed to secure stability, it also stifled Georgian culture and autonomy. The national identity, however, remained alive, nurtured by poets, writers, and activists who advocated for independence. The early 20th century saw a brief moment of hope as Georgia declared independence from Russia in 1918. Yet this newfound freedom was short-lived. In 1921, the Soviet Red Army invaded, and Georgia was forcibly incorporated into the Soviet Union, a period marked by repression, famine, and the struggle for cultural preservation. Under the rule of Joseph Stalin, a Georgian himself, the country faced intense political repression, as Stalin's regime sought to suppress any dissent and impose a uniform Soviet identity. This dark chapter in Georgia's history left lasting scars and shaped the nation's resilience in the face of adversity. We'll explore his impact on Georgia in more detail in a following chapter. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Georgia once again proclaimed its independence, marking a new chapter in its history. However, the path to freedom was fraught with challenges, including civil unrest and conflicts in the regions of Abkhazia and South Ossetia. Despite these obstacles, Georgia has emerged resilient, striving to reclaim its cultural heritage and strengthen its national identity. Today, Georgia stands as a testament to endurance and revival. Its history is not just a chronicle of wars and conflicts. It is a story of a people who have fought to preserve their language, their culture, and their identity through centuries of adversity. As we look towards the future, Georgia continues to bridge the East and West, embodying the spirit of resilience and the promise of a vibrant, independent nation. Georgia, Sakartvelo, is a land of stunning diversity where majestic mountains, fertile valleys, and serene coastlines coexist. In the north, the Greater Caucasus Mountains dominate the horizon, with peaks like Mount Shkara, Europe's highest. This rugged terrain is home to ancient villages like Ushguli, a testament to Georgia's timeless traditions. Moving west, the subtropical Black Sea coast invites with warm beaches and lush greenery, while the modern port city of Batumi shines as a blend of old and new. Heading east, the vineyards of Kakheti stretch across the sunlit Alazani Valley. The picturesque town of Signagi offers sweeping views of this wine-rich land. In the heart of Georgia, the Kartli Plain connects the past and present, with Tbilisi, its capital, standing as a blend of history and modernity. Above, the Narikala fortress watches over the city's old streets and bustling markets. Further south, the mystical Vardzia cave complex is carved into the cliffs, a medieval wonder of ingenuity and resilience. And in the northwest, the remote Svaneti region boasts dramatic peaks, glaciers, and the iconic Svan Towers, symbols of Georgia's enduring spirit. From the snowy heights of the Caucasus to the warm shores of the Black Sea, Georgia's landscapes tell a story of beauty, history, and adventure. A land that invites exploration at every turn. Georgia's identity is deeply tied to its language and religion. The Georgian language, spoken by around 87% of the population, is one of the oldest languages in the world, with its own unique script dating back to the 5th century AD. This ancient tongue is an irreplaceable link to the country's rich cultural past. Georgia also holds the title of one of the earliest Christian nations, having adopted Christianity in the early 4th century AD, around the same time as the Roman Empire. The Georgian Orthodox Church is central to the nation's identity, and its influence is seen everywhere, from the ancient cathedrals in Kutaisi and Mutsketa to the small chapels that dot the remote mountains. The five-cross flag of Georgia is a powerful symbol of the nation's identity and heritage. The design features a large red cross that divides the flag into 4 quadrants, each containing a smaller red cross. The white background represents purity, peace, and the country's Christian faith. The red crosses symbolize the sacrifice and bravery of the Georgian people throughout history. The Caucasian shepherd dog, known for its strength and loyalty, is the national animal of Georgia. Joseph Stalin, born Iosif Vissarionis Dzhugashvili on December 18, 1878, in Gori, is one of the most prominent figures in Soviet history. His Georgian roots played a crucial role in shaping his identity and political career. Stalin grew up in a working-class family, deeply immersed in the rich cultural heritage of Georgia. He spoke Georgian as his first language and received his education at a church school and later at a seminary in Tbilisi. These early experiences fostered a sense of nationalism that influenced his later political ideology. Even after rising to power as the leader of the Soviet Union, Stalin maintained connections to his homeland. His Georgian heritage impacted his leadership style and policies, particularly in how he approached the diverse nationalities within the Soviet Union. Stalin's complex relationship with his roots adds depth to his legacy, illustrating the interplay between personal identity and political power. Stalin's rule also had profound effects on Georgia, including forced collectivization and political repression, which shaped the lives of many Georgians and left a lasting impact on the country. As we consider his legacy, it is important to reflect on how his identity as a Georgian continues to influence discussions about national pride and history in Georgia today. Ilya Chavchavadze was a key figure in the 19th century Georgian national revival, celebrated for his relentless efforts to promote the Georgian language and culture during a time of oppression under Russian rule. As a writer and activist, his literary works addressed social and political issues, emphasizing the significance of national identity and the rights of the Georgian people. Chavchavadze's advocacy for education and civic engagement fostered a sense of pride among Georgians and played a vital role in the cultural resurgence that followed. His legacy continues to inspire a deep appreciation for heritage and identity, serving as a reminder of the importance of cultural preservation in the face of adversity. Georgia's folklore is as rich as its history. One of the most beloved tales is that of Amirani, a mythic hero much like Prometheus, who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity. For his defiance, Amirani was chained to a mountain in the Caucasus, and like his Greek counterpart, his punishment was eternal. Such legends are intricately woven into the essence of Georgian identity. St. George, born in Lydda in Palestine, now known as Lod, Israel, was a Roman soldier celebrated for his unwavering Christian faith. His most famous legend involves a terrifying dragon that plagued the city of Cyllene in Libya, demanding sacrifices from the locals. When the king's daughter was chosen as the next victim, George intervened. Riding forth with his lance and steadfast faith, he battled the dragon in a fierce struggle and emerged victorious, saving the princess and liberating the city. The grateful citizens converted to Christianity, cementing George's legacy as a symbol of courage and hope. Celebrated on April 23rd, St. George is revered as the patron saint of soldiers and the oppressed, particularly in Georgia, where his story embodies the spirit of resilience. His influence may have even shaped the country's name, connecting the legendary tales of his valor with the Georgian identity. His story continues to inspire people worldwide, reminding us of the enduring strength of faith in the face of evil. If you've enjoyed this journey through Georgia, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. What nation should we explore next? Comment below. And for another journey through breathtaking landscapes and a storied history, check out our episode on Switzerland. See you there.